Hi guys, and welcome to the I Need a Magic show. So in our previous video I showed you how to create an AI agent. In this video I'm going to show you how to create an AI agent that wraps your database. Now at this point you could go to manage, you could go to databases and could connect to an external database of type MySQL, PostgreSQL or SQL Server, provide a connection name and a connection string, at which point you would be getting access to that particular database in the endpoint generator here, and you could automatically generate CRUD HTTP endpoints for that database. I'm not going to do that because I've already installed Chinook. And as you can see here now, if I go to SQL Studio, I choose Chinook here now. You will see the SQLite DDL and schema for this particular database, and you can also even execute SQL towards it. If you don't have the Chinook database, you can find it in the Manage Plugins section. Just write Chinook, which point you can install the Chinook example database. However, I've already installed it, so now if I go to SQL Studio, I choose my Chinook database, and I click SQL View. Already at this point, I can execute SQL towards this particular database. And as you can see, it also contains some demo data. Now what I want to do, I want to go to create endpoint generator. I want to choose this particular database, Chinook. And then I want to turn off authorization and authentication on each of my HTTP web API endpoints for simplicity. Notice you could keep authentication and authorization, but that means that only users that are authenticated belonging to these particular roles are legally allowed to invoke and execute the CRUD HTTP endpoints. So for simplicity reasons, I'm just going to delete it. But it would still work with authorization and authentication. But then you need to ensure that the user belongs to the role required to invoke that particular endpoint. As you can see, the system produced 2,700 lines of code for me. Now if I go to endpoints, I filter on Chinook. You will see I got a bunch of HTTP endpoints that are related to all the CRUD operations going towards my Chinook database. You can try it out here, at which point it will return albums and whatever, etc. So now, create Hyper ID. You can have a look at the code the system produced. Now if I, for instance, choose album.get.html, I can also execute that particular endpoint directly from within Hyper ID. Now what we want to do, we want to associate every single Hyper Lambda file inside of this folder with a machine learning type. So now we need a new machine learning type. So we are going to go to Manage Machine Learning and create a new machine learning type, call it AI Agent with Database. Choose the flavor being AI Agent. If you don't have the AI Agent flavor, you need to install it through Manage Plugins, at which point you can filter for OpenAI, which gives you the AI Agent flavor. That becomes a template for the system instruction, basically resulting in a machine learning type that is a basic AI agent. Now that we have our AI agent inside of a machine learning type, we want to go to Hyper ID, expand modules, click Chinook here, hover over the Chinook folder, click the flash icon. What this basically does, it allows us to select the machine learning type. When we click generate here now, what's happening is that the system recursively runs through every single Hyper Lambda file within this folder and generates AI functions as RAG training data snippets for this particular type. So once this process is done, we can click Manage Machine Learning, we can click Training Data, we can choose that particular type, and we can see all the RAG training data that the system automatically produced for us. And as you can remember from our previous video, this is basically just an instruction to the LLM how to execute a function. So this particular function, for instance, returns albums, right? While the next function does stuff such as, see what it does? It creates a new album, etc., etc. So now that the machine learning type has basic knowledge about every single CRUD operation towards every single table in this particular database. And as you can see, there are 55 training snippets here now. So now if we choose the type, we click vectorize here on it, because now we need to create embeddings for each individual training snippet, allowing us to actually match prompts from the front end towards individual training snippets and submit these training snippets to OpenAI as an instruction for how to execute a particular function. So now when this process is done, let's wait some few seconds. We can close this guy, we can click this button and click front end. This brings us to the AI expert system. If you don't have the AI expert system, you need to install it under manage plugins, write AI-expert system here, at which point you can install it, but we've already installed it. I've configured mine to use SSO. If you haven't done so, you can log in with the same username and password you're using to log into your Magic dashboard. And now we can choose our AI agent with database. Lists all albums. And there you go. So you can see now, first it's going to find Aerosmith's artist ID, which is 3. Then it is going to create a new album named For Those About the Foobar and associate it with Aerosmith. List all. And now you can see For Those About the Foobar. So now basically in 6 minutes and 51 seconds, we've created an AI agent wrapping our entire database, every single table with every single CRUD operation that exists in the system. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.